Okay, so between the October Rockstars group that Megan put together and some of my team, a lot of people have had similar questions about conference and did I think it was worth it? Should they be making it, a real point to go to this? A little more explanation on some of these bonuses. And there's a lot of Danielle went live in her team page today with a really, really good tip for this week, which I applied later this afternoon, and I had a potential customer like literally as soon as I ended my video. So I thought maybe getting everybody together that had the same questions and letting them answer some things. So Megan, did you get my message with the list or no?
Nope.
Okay. All right. So in your opinion, getting to conference, the importance of it, why make it like a no excuses must go, whether you're new or have been in it?
So here's my thing on conference, and I feel like it's, I feel like a confusing point of view for me when I hear people want to go gung-ho on their business and be super successful and then hesitate on investing in the once a year like conference that's going to uplift you. Like if at my day job, if they said go to a conference, I'd go to a conference. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like sometimes people in their mind think this is to spend that money without their friend, without their family or whatever into getting there. But I can promise you, like whatever stage that you are at the business, like I went to my first conference, like kicking and screaming. I was like, this is not going to change my life. Like no one's ever going to convince me that being at some sort of like, fancy pants conference is ever going to change my life. Like, no, not happening. And I was kind of like stuck up about it. And I was like, I don't want to spend that money. Like, I don't want to spend money like doing that. And, but I went kicking and screaming, and I'll never miss another event ever, because if you just can't put into words all the different aspects of conference beyond what you're going to get when you're just listening to those people on stage. One great thing that you're going to, I know some people get lost on the journey. They feel like they're not worthy, or they can't do this, or they're not like everybody else, everybody else being, who they've defined in their own mind, and when you go to conference and you listen to all these people on stage, you're going to see people from all walks of life. And it's really amazing to just interact with them and get tips from them. And you leave with this sense of belonging that you may not have had, because prior to it, it's just up to you sort of convincing yourself you're worthy. So I really feel like if you're at a point in your business where you want to be a presidential, you want to be a triple diamond, you want to be an ambassador, well, we know about conference months in advance. So save up your money and you got to go to conference. Like if you want those big ranks and you want those big paychecks, you have to put yourself out there and challenge yourself to get places like this. So if you're stopping your thought process with the money aspect of it, then go make more money between now and then. Like, especially right now with all these point bonuses, you can make a crap ton of money in these unlimited weekly bonuses right now that could legit pay for your conference. Like, I already have one of those $100 bonuses earned, and it's been like 2 days. Like, so I mean, it's to me, this business is not hard. It's separating what you want to do with your free time and what you don't want to do with your free time. And as long as that business stays in that second half of not wanting to sacrifice any of your free time for this business, you're not going to reap the rewards of like the unlimited $100 bonuses, that could easily pay for your trip to conference. You can bunk in rooms with people. Like you can stuff yourself in there like sausages, and, and you still get the same, impact at conference. You can meet me, you can meet your uplines, there's so many people you can just interact with, and it's just a ton of fun. I really, I've never really actually talked to anybody who's went to conference and said, I can't believe I did that. Now that I'm really thinking about it, like, I don't think anybody's ever like come to me and complained, like, I can't believe I wasted my money on that. I mean, maybe people who quit, but.
And, on top of those bonuses too, is they give you 5 wrap rewards. So like host 1 or 2 parties between now and then, wrap up some coworkers, and I mean, even earn some wrap Did you hear me? Am I frozen?
Yeah, you said about Tap Cash.
Okay, so on top of all the bonuses, you can earn Rack Cash because they give you the 5 rewards.
Yeah.
So there's so many different ways for you to be able to pay for going. I know for me, who is not muted?
Me.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
for me personally, I was I was really excited. I had been in the business for quite a few months, and I was really stoked to go to the conference. I am super motivated when it comes to this business every day. There's just never been a time where I haven't been really excited about this business at all. And I made the point to go, and I can't believe I didn't think there was a possibility that I could be more fired up, if that makes sense. And going to conference was just it was a whole nother level. And one of the coolest things, I mean, other than the bonus announcements and meeting all these people that we like stalk on social media, was meeting so many of the team members that I only know from social media, all my sidelines, and really getting to connect with them was a really, really cool experience. Another question, Megan, that I get a lot is if you started out hot and you slowed down, kind of backed off, the biggest tip for just getting back started again.
What's really great about this business is you literally can start and stop the business whenever you want. Now, starting and stopping has its own, you know, I do believe every time you choose to start and stop, it's going to be harder every time you start back up because you're going to lose that connection you've already made with people. And people don't necessarily join you for any particular reason about like the products necessarily or the business. They join you because they're following you, like they want to join like you as a person. So every time that you decide to stop, you ruin those connections essentially. And then you've got to convince everybody that you're going to give it a go again. So I would say if you stopped and slowed down, if this is your first time kind of like coming back at it, just pretend it didn't happen. Just come back in. And a lot of times that we're hesitant about coming back in because we're ashamed and we're like disappointed in ourselves. And we channel that thinking everybody else feels that same way about us. Like I can guarantee you that nobody in your upline or your sidelines or your downline might be a little trickier, but we don't care that you guys stopped and then you want to start back up again. We just want you to start back up again, So like, when people ask me this question, I said, sometimes it's just best, just make a post on Facebook and say, hey, life happened. I took a little bit of break. I took a break from It Works. But what I realized is this is, I'm meant to be in this company and, blah, blah, blah. So, if you followed my journey back when I did it the first time, I'd love for you to hop on and follow me this time. Like you can make a very basic post, kind of just putting it out there that you took a break, but that you're coming back and you're committed this time because you realize that, this is where you want to be. And this is, there's a reason why It Works is, still part of your life type thing. Cause I'm a big person, just putting it out there, nip it in the butt and then proceed as usual. But I definitely wouldn't, there's no reason to let that hold you back. Like just jump in. I mean, you don't work for anybody, so it's not like any of us are just gonna, like, any of your uplines are gonna like bark at you about it. We're gonna definitely open arms welcome you back. I do caution people to do this on repeat because I do have people who do it on repeat. Because every time you do leave, every time you come back, I feel like after you do it the first time, you lose a little bit of credibility each time. So definitely, be very careful, like to make the decision to step away anyway. But don't be afraid to not come back. And honestly, the best time to come back is when there's promotions you can latch onto or a new keto coffee line coming out. Like this is legit the best time to come back.
So you've had so early in the month already, I think it was, you said you already completed your steps to success. And in case people didn't see your live that you did in your page the other day, I know you gave a lot of credit to using the products, but what tips and suggestions would you give people that you can attribute all your success to so far this month? What's been like your thing?
Well, so far this month, I'm just putting like a real strong energy out right now with It Works. Like People on my team are saying to me, I can tell, Megan, that, something's different right now. Like, I'm definitely catching on to your energy. And people just that haven't followed me before, haven't been interested in my stuff before, they're like becoming my customers. So I feel like I'm putting out a different energy right now, that people are sort of like latching on to and kind of seeing what's next. But I really feel like my consistency is like way better than it normally is. Like I'm just making like I like to post a lot, and I like to post, and I like to like just put it all out there. Like I don't like to just be about the business. I don't like, like that's just not my jam. Like I like to like put like all this stuff out there. So I'm super consistent right now, but I'm also using what the company's giving us. I mean, whether you're doing keto or not, this coffee is amazing. And if you're marketing it the right way, people are going to be drawn to it. Like I am doing keto. So it's really easy for me to kind of include that in conversation as, it's going to be my new breakfast type thing. So I really can't pinpoint one or different. I'm really not doing anything different, guys. Like I'm doing the same things that I always do. I just, when you're super consistent and you're super loyal to your business, and that you work it no matter what type thing, it's times like this when it's high momentum that it all comes crashing in. So some months it might be like pulling teeth to get a customer to sign. But you know what? Like I don't really have to try right now to sign people, because people are naturally drawn to me, for me. Like they're drawn to my journey and me.
I love that. Is there anything that you want to touch on at all?
Maybe as you guys talk about different things. Right now I have an eyelash sticking in my eye, so I've got like real big girl problems.
Okay, so Danielle, how early was it when you went to conference, and what did you gain from it, the importance of it for you, all that jazz?
Can I just interrupt and say, Tanya, you're such a type A person. You had my ass muted before anything. I saw a little red dot on the left. I was like, whoa. I was like, homegirl better shut up because Tanya just muted me. All right. Carry on. Danielle, quick before she unmutes you.
Oh my God.
That was funny. I was surprised. I was like, you've been unmuted. I'm like, she unmuted me. I'm like, thanks. I didn't have to push a button. Okay. So it's kind of funny. Usually when I talk about Megan, stop. Go get your eyelash out of your eye. All right. So it's kind of funny. Usually when I talk about conference, I just talk about the first time I went to conference. But as Megan was talking, I was like, what's kind of funny is that I didn't go to my first conference. I signed up August 26th. And then I basically had the mindset of, I saw people talking about conference, but I was like, I just got started. Like, I'm not spending more money to go to this event when I'm in this business to make money. That was my mindset. So I didn't go, and I, to this day, will still kick myself for not going. So a couple of months later, they had a green carpet. And it was the month before I got married. So April. And I ended up winning a contest, and Megan took me to green carpet. And that was when Megan and I became like best friends. And you guys, I went to this event. Mind you, it wasn't conference, but I went to this event and I was like, whoa, like this stuff is like game changer. Like these people, like you get to like know the company behind the scenes a little bit. So anyways, we had so much freaking fun. There wasn't even like a ton of people like at conference, but we had such a blast. And that was like my eye opener. So the next year when conference came around, oh, mind you, I went home and went diamond within like 2 weeks. So it was like the game changer for me. So
yeah, why don't you just dust that shoulder off right there, Danielle? Just dust that shoulder off.
Actually, I'm dusting your shoulder off. It's your
Sorry,
shoulder.
Tanya. I had muted myself.
I was going to say, Tanya's going to mute you, so you might want to lock it up. So when conference came around, it was like, well, this is a no-brainer. Like, I obviously have to go. So obviously I went, and I have a lot of anxiety about making everything work. I think that was my biggest stressor. And that's why I tell my team now, buy your ticket, worry about the rest after. Like, it doesn't matter who you stay in a hotel room with. It doesn't matter how you get to the place. Like, good God, we have Uber now, for God's sakes. Like, everyone was renting cars back then. Like, we have Uber. You're fine if you have to stay a little further away. But that's what I tell my team now is just get your ticket. They have 5 wrap rewards. It's $100 off. Like, it is a game changer. So something for me that I feel like Megan touched on a lot of stuff, but I think the one thing that really hit home for me that I wasn't expecting is that people get up there on stage and you really can connect with them. And there were a couple people that got up that I like totally related to, and I just like kind of latched on to them and their story. And it was so relatable for me. And at this point I was a diamond, right? Yeah, I was a diamond. And I brought my husband with me. So it was kind of like, I needed for him to kind of see that side of it. And I'm telling you right now, for anybody that knows my husband, he is not going to be walking around in black and bling and green and whatever. He's just not like that. Like, I think Megan's husband had to basically put a shirt on him, not literally, but like he took him to the store to like get him a shirt because he's
that's because Megan's husband has no options in life.
That's true.
Tyler has too many options. Tyler has too many options. John has no option. Okay, John, you wear that shirt. Okay.
Tyler does know where that jar is, though. He's very well aware of that jar that I hold, 2 things in. But
yes.
But he does still have options.
Mine doesn't.
So I thought it was really great for my husband to come too, because he really saw the stuff that I'm so passionate about with the company. So there was a lot of things that I didn't expect to see, and connecting with the team was great. Hearing stories and connecting with that and learning about the products was great and everything too. But it was, the team goes to dinner at night and you connect with people and you meet, higher up people. And like, I was talking to somebody the other day and they're like, I can't wait to meet so-and-so as one of their sidelines that they've, created a really great relationship with. And it's like going to conference, you get to meet all these people that you've built relationships with and connect with them. And then you work together to build your businesses when you get home. And it truly and honestly lights that fire. So when I went to conference and brought the hubs, I think, again, I truly and honestly think it was a couple weeks later, I ended up promoting to double diamond and him to diamond. But that's what conference does. It lights that fire in you that you don't even know that you have or that you can even do yourself. So buy your ticket and then figure out all the logistics and stuff afterwards. Because anybody on my team, I'm going to start a group chat and we're all going to figure out the rooms and stuff like that. And who needs a roommate and who needs this and who has this. We're going to figure it all out.
Yep. Okay.
I mean, I really think it comes down to either you want it or you don't. Like, nobody should have to be talked into going to Florida. I mean, you just should never have to be talked into going to Florida. And like, in my mind, there are some legit excuses like that just can't be worked around. So like, okay, so if you have that going on for you, like whatever, but you should be doing everything you can to get there. And it just does not make sense to me, the other end of that conversation where it's, everything that could possibly stand in the way is an ordeal. Like, the money should not be an issue 4 months in advance. It just shouldn't, because you have plenty of time to make that money, to put $75 per paycheck away, skip date night and just say, we're going to not go out to dinner, until conference because I really want to invest in my business. I mean, there are just ways 4 or 5 months in advance that you can pay for conference. Like Danielle said, just buy your ticket now, get that over with. Because your hotel might amount to like $100 for all 3 nights because people just jam pack in rooms, So, and you don't have to pay that until you book, or unless you book a corporate room, but because that is you do have to pay for that in advance. But there's definitely ways to go about it that can make it as cheap as possible, because I definitely think the money issue is the number one thing. And sometimes people are scared to invest that kind of money in something they're still unsure about. So ask yourself, are you not willing to find that money because you're still unsure of your business? If you're still unsure with your business, why? And that's probably why, if you're not where you want to be, that's probably why, because you're hesitating. You're not, you're doubting it every step of the way, rather than just let your guard down and just go rock this business and, and just do it. Like, just go to conference. Like, there's just no reason not to.
Well, and I think everyone needs to really challenge themselves right now, because with this promotion that's going on, it is an absolute no freaking brainer. They're giving out $100 cash. Guys, you don't have to go sign distributors. Everyone's sitting back being like, distributors are so hard. So, okay, I get it. Distributors are harder than customers. And yes, I'm being very blunt right now, but you don't have to go get distributors to get the $100 cash bombs. Go sign as many gosh dang customers as you possibly can. The month that I went triple, I signed 30 customers. Do you know how many cash bombs I would have if I was doing it that month or this month? I've already earned $100 in the cash bombs, and everything that I am earning with those cash bombs, I am saving. I'm going to put in an envelope, and I'm going to put all that money towards conference, whether it be my airplane ticket, whatever it may be, clothes, I don't even care. I'm working my butt off right now so bad to earn as many cash bombs as I possibly can, because that's going to be my conference right there. So like Megan said, stop doubting yourself, get your butt to work. And I'm going to talk about, a challenge that I basically got real with my team today and was like, listen, do this. If you do this for 1 week, you're going to have a big eye opener, and you're going to be like, holy crap, I'm going to go get more $100 cash bonuses. So hunker down, get to work, go get customers, because you know what? Once you get those customers are going to turn into distributors. I promise. Not all of them, but I just signed a girl last week. She signed up. I've never met her before. She signed up from following me. She lives in my community, Stretch Marks Cream. And she messaged me. I've never talked to her about the business. She messaged me and said, let's talk more, blah, 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 more information about the business. She signed up last week. Your customers are going to become your best distributors because they fall in love with the products. So go out there, challenge yourself, you guys. 4 customers a week, that's $400 or total. That'd be $400 a month extra. So get out there, go work your butt off, go find those customers, but you've got to put forth the effort. You can sit back and be like, oh my God, $400 cash would be great this month because I would do this with it. Well, go work. Put the effort behind what you're saying and what you want, and go make it work.
Here's another thing to remember, though. When you go buy your ticket, I'm pretty sure I saw that they were doing it again this year. You don't pay it all at one time. You make 2 payments toward it. So if money is an issue there, just remember that I think it's 30 days after the first one.
I can't remember. I know they have a payment plan. I've never done it, so I'm not sure exactly how it works.
Right. Keep that in mind, that they do have that.
3 payments. So you'll pay the first installment the time that you book your ticket, like you claim your ticket, and then you'll pay another installment. Well, because usually they start this earlier, so October and November, they usually have the payments wrapped up in November, but maybe they'll go into December this year for a 3rd payment, and then you get your wrap rewards once it's paid off. Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I thought you were done. I was just going to say, so go ahead and get while they're $100 off, go ahead and claim your ticket for that price, because you're not going to have to pay that whole $229, I think what it was, $269, $229. I don't know what it was.
$329.
I know, but you won't have to pay that. You'll get the $100 off. Yeah. So go ahead and at least, claim your ticket and pay the first payment.
Yep.
Kat, will you share real quick what conference did for you when you went?
I'm kind of like Danielle. I didn't go to the first conference because I was a loser. Megan, you can give me the L sign. The loser sign.
I was giving you the loser sign. I don't know if you saw me. Oh, you're muted.
I did see you. I ignored you. I muted myself.
But the next one I went to, it is so overwhelming when you're there. Like, the thing about it for me is actually hugging and meeting the people that you've only known online and learning, who they are, and getting to, communicate with them on a real personal level. To me, that is the best thing for me. And that, knowing that I'm not just following somebody online or seeing them on Zooms. I actually can see this person. I know this person. I know they're successful in this business. And if they can do it, so can I. So, for me, it's that connection with people.
I love that. And you'll see, like, even if you bring your spouse, I brought my husband with me last year, and he works the business, not social media, and not nearly as hard as I do, but he'll chat with people about it here and there. And I don't know that he's always been super supportive, but for those spouses that aren't too, if you have the means to get your spouse there, it is pretty incredible and really relatable when, you see some of these ambassadors cross the stage and their husbands talk about how they didn't support their wife for, however long till they hit like triple or till they hit presidential. And I think husbands can really kind of connect and relate to that if they're not completely on board with you. And even I think, like Megan talked about, if you're unsure about your business, I think there are some people that go to conference that are unsure, and you leave there just with a fire in your belly and you do feel sure. I will never, ever forget. Last year was my very first conference, and this girl walking across the stage, she was just being inducted into the Millionaires Club. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think she had said it was like 8 months or something like that until she signed her first distributor, and 3 years total until she was walking across the stage being inducted into the Millionaires Club. So talking about, her struggle and how she felt like this isn't going to work, and, how long it took her to get to where she wanted to be, but only 3 years to be walking across that stage at my first conference that I was at, excuse me, and getting to, watch her achieve that goal. That's huge. So, I mean, no matter where you are, and if you feel like you're struggling, I personally thought it was really inspiring to hear these people talk and share their story and share their journey with you.
Tanya, can I share something real quick? You totally hit the nail on the head there. And the thing that I say, there's sometimes I hear people comparing themselves to other people, and it's hard for me. I want to just be like, shut up, don't do that. But I was there. I've done that. I totally get it. So my thing that I tell people, which I swear, if you take it seriously and you really do it, then you really, truly, and honestly would be amazed how life-changing it really is. When you compare yourselves to other people, it tears you down, and that is your focus. Your blinders are not on. Everyone has a different story. Everyone has a different journey. So what I tell my team, or what I've told my team before, is if you want to compare yourself to somebody, compare yourself to me. And a lot of people are like, well, that's dumb. You're a triple diamond. Why would I compare myself to you? No. Compare yourself to me when I was at your stage. How many months have you been in? 3? Okay, go ahead and compare yourself to me. Do you know that I hadn't even signed one frickin' distributor in 3 months? Not one distributor in my first 3 months. You guys, stop comparing yourselves to others. Everyone's on their own journey. I didn't do anything really. I worked my business. I was getting customers, but I struggled so much. And I tried to use social media because I just moved to a new area. I didn't know people. It freaked me out. I didn't even know what I was doing in this business. If you go to my time hop and look at my pictures that I posted when I first started, I hope people unfriended me and blocked me because I was terrible. Like, it was so bad. And I was trying. I remember I had blocked Megan on Facebook before I even got started because I couldn't stand the, commercial posts. Love you, Meg. But I was trying not to be one of those people, and I still was one of those people. The posts are terrible that I was putting up, but that's why following other people and seeing what's working for them. And this business is duplicatable. So you guys latch on to people that know what they're doing, people that are successful, latch onto them and copy them. Do what they're doing. Do exactly what they're doing, because you know what? If I'm going to follow Megan, I know Megan knows what the hell she's doing because she's successful. So I'm going to copy the crap out of her. If I lived next to her, my butt would probably be at her house all the time trying to learn from her. The one time, stop with your facial expressions. You're killing me. The one time that I got to go to the beach with her, and like I was like a sponge. Like I just listened to everything she said, everything she was doing. And I was like, hey, can you show me how you chart? Hey, can you show me how you do your volume? I took full advantage of that time with her. If you are near a leader, take advantage of that. You know, you can always be learning. I've been in this business 4 years and I'm still learning. But if you want to compare yourself to somebody, feel free to compare yourself to me, because I was terrible. My first year, I did not even know what I was doing. So that's what I have to say about that.
Okay, so Danielle, I wanted you to touch on a couple of different things. I know one of a lot of people's biggest fears is going live, and why that's so super important, because I know you're kind of like Hitler about, going live and why that's so important. So if you want to chit chat about that and different ideas, maybe for
Sure.
people.
Number one, I want Kat to vouch for me how absolutely terrified I was of going live. Kat?
Oh yeah, I went live so many times, and I think I had to double dog dare you or something to make you go live.
Like, Kat was going live at the beach. Kat was going live with her dogs. I'm like, Kat has all this stuff to go live about. It is stressing me out. Like, I can't go live. And I remember telling my leaders groups, I can't do this. I'm freaking out. The first time I went live was the most awkward. I watched the video over, after it came in my time hop, and I was like, that is the most awkward. I'm awkward. I'm uncomfortable watching myself in this video. Is so bad. But the more you do it, the more comfortable you're going to become. And the biggest thing is, for me, I was actually just telling somebody this today. If you're somebody that uses social media to really build your network and build your business, think about this, guys. I'm friending all these random moms, random people. They don't know me from a hole in the wall. The second they see that I'm posting about it works, they might unfollow me. They might not unfriend me, but they might unfollow me. I want them to see the real me. I want them to see what I'm all about. So when I go live, people see that. People see the real me. Who cares if I'm talking about it works or not? I try to be funny. I try to bring in my kid when I can. I try to, share certain things and whatever it may be. But just for example, I went live to do the coffee tasting. And afterwards, one of my neighbors came over and she had seen me live. And I had said during the live, stop over. I just got the coffee. She stopped over, got her sample. I went outside. I walked her outside. And her husband yells across the street, your live videos are hilarious. And I'm like, I go like this. I go, you're not even my Facebook friend. He goes, I know. I saw it though. So I'm thinking, what the heck? How did he even see it? But it's probably because his wife got on and then he saw his wife was watching my live video. So he hopped on. That's how it works. People get notified and it spreads like wildfire. Now, here's the thing. You don't always have to go live about it works. Go live, share something funny. I went live and shared some the nursery and baby clothes and whatnot. Well, you know what? All those people that just hopped on to see the new baby clothes in my nursery, now they're going to start seeing even more of my posts, which mean my It Works posts too. So you've got to think it will spread like wildfire. And if you are afraid to go live, are you afraid to go diamond too? You've got to kind of ask yourself, what is it worth? I know you're scared. I was scared out of my mind. But the only reason that I got over that hurdle is because I said, Kat's doing it. No, I'm just kidding. It's because I said, if I expect my team to do this, I myself have to do this as well. That was my biggest thing. I can't ask my team to do something that I myself am not willing to do. I was terrified. Was it easier to do a video? Yeah, because if you messed up, you could delete it. But that's also why people hop on live videos, is because, you know, you say something like, holy crap, people are like, yeah, like reality TV show, like what's going to happen? That's why people hop on. So the first like month that you get into doing live videos and stuff like that, just roll with it. Do whatever. You don't have to look good. You don't have to talk eloquently. You don't, guys, there's been times where I've even sworn on live videos and been like, oh, sorry, hope your kids weren't around. Like, let your personality shine through. I try to make people laugh. Like every time I watch Megan's live videos, I'm cracking up laughing because that's what she does. She tries to make people laugh, and she does. She's a good job at it. And then she shows her kids here and there, and because people want to see that. People want to see kids. So live videos are very important. So get comfortable with being uncomfortable.
I'll tell you, for me, the biggest response that I've gotten are Fat Fighter demo lives. And you don't even have to be on the camera for most of that if it's going to be your first. And depending on how comfortable you are, whether it's you or a friend or someone else, is like a how to rap live video. Every single time that I do one of those, I get a customer. So that would be a good one.
While most people are tuning in just to see your six pack. Sorry.
The top pack.
People would tune into mine because they'd be like, I want to see just how chubby she got.
Okay, so for Danielle,
I probably would hope that you slipped up and showed your boobs because they look really good in most of your pictures. Like
my live yesterday, I wore a t-shirt. Today, I wore a t-shirt. Every single time, it's you or it's Kat that comments on my boobs on live videos.
Out there, like you don't notice.
I don't mean to. I wear t-shirts.
Oh, crap.
Like, oh.
All right, back on target.
Lies you tell. Okay. So for Danielle, I wanted you to touch on the last two things, talking about kind of the challenge you put out today in your live, and so many questions about green light messaging. What do you say? Are you always messaging about the business? Blah, blah, blah.
All right, let me talk about green light messaging real quick because I can really keep that short and sweet. And then I'm going to talk about my chat. So green light messaging, honestly, I do not talk about it works on a regular basis. If I'm green light messaging, I'm like, hey, Amy, how are you? Hey, Kat, how are you? Hey, Tanya, how are you? I will probably send out at least 10, hey, how are you, before I get any response back. So it's kind of, but here's the thing. I can't greenlight message when I've got that one awake, okay? I need to greenlight message when he's napping or when at night, because I really need to focus, because I feel like I send 10 messages out. Ones are coming in. I'm messaging people back. Ones are coming in. So for me, I kind of take on a lot when I greenlight message. I'm constantly messaging and going back and forth with people. So once people are like, hey, how have you been, blah, 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 once they respond back to me, then it just depends on what we've talked about in the past. If it's somebody that I haven't talked to in a while, honestly, I might not bring up It Works because I've never really talked to them about It Works. But you know what? They're going to get a message in 2 days. They're going to be on my radar. I'm going to be like, oh my God, okay, Krista, I talked to her. I need to message her in 2 days. So I'm going to write her on my 6 list for 2 days to follow up with her. And then I'm going to be like, hey girl, it was so good to talk to you the other day. I just wanted to shoot you a message because honestly, I couldn't really get you out of my head. And I had to ask you, have you seen what I do and how I work from home? I don't know. Like, honestly, I make it up. I don't do scripts. When I greenlight message, I don't do scripts. Now, if I'm going to copy and paste something, it's probably because we have a promotion going on, but then I'm going to copy and paste and change each one how it needs to be changed. So we are very big into people hate network marketing because of spam messages. Don't be that person. Like, guys, every time like somebody writes to me that I don't know and they're like asking, somebody frickin' asked me the other day, like help them reach their promotion. Who the hell are you? Like, I don't even know. And you're literally, so I took advantage of the opportunity and made it a teachable moment. I said, you didn't make your message about me at all. Why would I help you? I don't even know you. We've never connected. We've never had a conversation. So I wasn't mean. I really was like, it was good. But and she thanked me after. But don't be that person. You know what I mean? Make it about, we have health and wellness products. So make it about them when you do talk to them about it. So, and if, guys, we have so many products, ask them what their goals are. As soon as somebody says, lose weight, there you go. Now you know what products to focus on. If they're like, oh, I don't really know. Well, do you have anxiety? Do you want your hair longer? Do you ask questions to make them say something that's going to lead you to talking about a product? So, all right, that's green light messaging. And let me know if you guys, I don't have my chat up.
Can I say something along the lines of that?
Yeah.
I think some people get so caught up in thinking the only conversations in network marketing you ever need to have will lead to a sale. Absolutely freaking not. Like 10% of your conversations, you should have the expectation that it may lead to a sale. We are in network marketing. We should be building relationships, genuine relationships at all times. I don't use scripts, period. So I know sometimes scripts are handy for some people and some people roll with scripts. I don't ever use scripts. Like, it's just not my comfort zone. So like when I do the green light messaging, I, like Danielle, I have to be focused because I just go to town and I write to a lot of people. But every single time I do the green light message, I'm like, oh my God, I haven't talked to that person in like 3 years. And I actually want to talk to that person, like, and then there's some that you just want to say like, hey, because you think like, oh, like, yeah, they'd be good. But you always have to be thinking outside the box and how to expand your relationships and your conversations. And people, you just have to get used to talking to people genuinely and not only because you want it to lead to a sale. When that happens and you're only talking to people because you want something from them, that's when like Danielle gets those messages because they're random. That girl doesn't care. You know what I'm saying? I got one last week and the girl was like, hey, I was just wondering if you'd be a product tester. I've been following you forever. You seem so nice. I think like she basically said she's been like following me and I'm funny and she must have seen something because I am funny, but she was giving me all these compliments. I was like, sure, I'll be a product tester. She's like, oh, great. Which product do you want to start with? I'm like, oh, what you got? And I let her go on for like a half an hour. And I'm like, listen, homie, if you really actually looked at my profile, you would actually have never messaged me. So step 1 to being successful in this business, stop lying. And step 2, like, just be genuine. And I gave it to her, then she blocked me, whatever. So I was expecting that conversation to show up on one of our VIP pages. Like, don't you think we could be a little nicer? But it didn't. But I'm just, don't always go into every conversation and every opportunity to expand your network, market, whatever. Don't have that directly linked to an enrollment. Like, enrollments will come when you start, when you're just being authentic. Like, I don't have to be unauthentic ever in my business, ever, ever, ever. You know what I'm saying? Like, and enrollments just come. So just be you.
Okay. Challenge. Want me to talk about challenge?
Yes. Did you get my message on the other one if you have time?
Yeah. I can't remember what it is, but I'll touch on, I'll look it up. I'll touch on it. Okay. So the challenge, whoa. Am I good? Megan, you're throwing me off. All right, challenge. Can you turn your video off or something? Hang on. All right. I needed to focus. I need to find it and then focus. Okay, Megan, I was kidding. Oh, Lord. All right. So the challenge. So here was my thing. I was kind of thinking, there's so many people I continue hearing. I'm going to go back to what I said before. I continue hearing, I can't sign distributors. This is so hard, blah, blah. Okay. Get that out of your head. Stop saying it. Start finding customers. Those customers you then can follow up with, and then those people will turn into distributors. Now, you can also work the avenue another way with distributors. I'm not even going to get into that. But I keep hearing how hard it is to get distributors. So I thought, okay, I want every single person on my team to get $100 cash this month. I don't care if you get 400, 500, 600. I don't care. I want you to get 100. Every single person to get 100. So I basically created a challenge in a way for every single person to get $100 cash. Now ask yourself right now, I'm telling you that I have a way that basically is going to guarantee you to get at least $100 in cash. Think about it. Do you want to know what I have to share with you? Are you willing to actually do what I say you should do? It's going to take work, but I'm willing to share something with you and tell you something that you have to do. So are you willing to do it? So ask yourself that question, okay? I'm assuming all of you are saying yes in your head right now because you're on the Zoom. All right. So starting tomorrow, Tuesday, pick 2 products. Tuesday, you have 2 products. Not any product. It has to be a top product. People aren't going to sign up with Relief because you posted on Facebook. Well, somebody might, but you want top products. Hair, skin, nails, wraps, cleanse, greens, hello, coffee. Like there's a lot of top products. I could probably list at least 10 right now that you should definitely be posting about. Pick 2 products a day. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Do it for an entire week. Only 1 week. I'm not saying to do it for the rest of your life. It's 1 week. It's 7 days. It's not rocket science. But I promise you that if you do this at the end of this 1 week, you're going to be like, oh, hell yeah, I'm doing this again. And you're going to do it for another week if you do it the right way. So here's what you need to do. Now, I will say I'm going to yell at Tanya because she threw me off because I was supposed to do hair, skin, nails, which I already did. And I was supposed to do my Fat Fighters demonstration. And that was supposed to happen about 45 minutes ago. So pick 2 products. So today I chose hair, skin, nails, and Fat Fighters. Okay. One of them, just post about. Whether you want product testers, whether you show a before and after picture, I don't care. Make a post about it. Okay, I will tell you, hair, skin, nails is my big seller right now. And something that I post a lot about is who wants to post something on their wall and get a free wrap? Or I do something where basically I'm tapping into other people's network. Okay, so who wants a free wrap? The first 10 people that comment will get a free wrap. And then I message them and basically say, post this on your wall, and then if you get 2 customers from it, you get a free wrap. That's a big deal. That works for me. It's tapping into other people's network in their market, okay? But I don't care what you do. Hair, skin, nails, do whatever. Fat Fighters, you either go live, you do a demonstration, do a video. If you're too chicken to go live, I'm calling you out. So 2 products. One is a post or something fun, creative, a before and after, whatever. The other one is a little bit more creative. It's going live. It's doing a demonstration for 1 week. 2 products a day. Now, you're not just going to do that and then throw your hands up and be like, whoop, did it. Okay, what now? You're going to have people that are going to like it. You're going to have people that are going to comment. You need to message people. You need to follow up with people. You need to follow up with people. Follow up is key, you guys. I will say probably 85% of all customers and or distributors sign up through follow-up. Okay? Now, something else that I also do, which I actually have here, so I'll share with you. So today is hair, skin, nails, and Fat Fighters. I have a contact tracking form that I use. Now, this is my keto coffee people. I still need to add on my hundreds list. So what I do is I go through my contact tracking form. There's A, B, C, D, E. Everyone has, okay, this is where I keep my hundreds list. I'm going to go through this entire thing today, and every person that has hair, skin, nails, or Fat Fighters next to it is going to get a message. I'm going to follow up with them. And I'm going to say something like, hey, I've got a special on hair, skin, nails today. I would love for you to be that one person that gets it. Whatever. Be creative. Do something that gets them to be like, tell me more. Okay? 1 week, 7 days. It is not rocket science. plan it out. Don't go day by day. So right now, I want you to get a pen and paper, and I want you to put Tuesday, tomorrow, and I want you to write 2 products. You can even go further if you want and figure out what you're going to do, but you don't have to. Then write Wednesday and write 2 different products. Then, okay, you get what I'm saying. Now, for me, hair, skin, nails, and coffee are probably my number 2 thing, 1 and 2 that I talk about right now. So I'm probably going to do them twice. So I'll do hair, skin, nails today, and then I'll do hair, skin, nails on Friday. You can do it again. You don't have to do, okay? You see what I'm saying? So did I hit on everything that I mentioned?
I think so. Would you suggest 1 live every day? Would you suggest changing it up and doing like a little snap video or like one of those little boomerang thingamajigs?
I probably, honestly, if I'm being totally honest, I don't think you going live every day is going to be a bad thing. But I wouldn't just be like, whoop, I'm going live every day for a week. I would probably go live every other day. So for like the cleanse, pour it into a cup and do the boomerang. Do a coffee, pour it, do a boomerang. Yeah, something like that. Now, also, here's the thing. I can't remember what I was doing, but I didn't have a post ready, which is not like me. I always have stuff ready. And I was straight out, and I needed something for like hair, skin, nails, quick. I went on Facebook, and I typed in HSN, search, clicked on the word photos, and I found a before and after picture like that, posted it with like something I just typed up real quick. So if you're like, I really want to do hair, skin, nails, but I don't know, go to Facebook and get some ideas. Don't take everyone's pictures and stuff like that, because that's how Facebook, the algorithm and whatnot, make your own pictures. And obviously before and afters are different, but try to be a little creative. It's 7 days. And think, in 7 days, if you can really push hard, I want to see who can get 4 customers. So let's start a thread, and we can do it my page. I don't know how many people, we can do push group, whatever, but maybe say, share their weekly thing of what product they're doing what day, to hold themselves accountable. Guys, set timers in your phone if you need to. Do whatever you need to do to make it happen. It's 1 week. And Saturdays might be hard because it's family days. Set your posts up. Get them ready to go. You don't have to like sit down while all your family is hanging out, and get it ready on like Thursday. Okay? So let's start a post, and then you guys share whatever it is. It doesn't have to be typed up, whatever. Just handwrite it. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. 7 days, what products you're going to do. And then shout yourself out when you get a customer, when you get a, whatever. Shout yourself out on that post. So let's start that. Okay, I want to touch on one more thing. It is the importance of staying plugged in, especially when you're kind of like feeling in a slump, or when you're like, Number 1, consistency is key. I cannot express that enough. I've never taken a break in this business that somebody has known about, okay? I will say there has been one time in this business when I've had to take time for myself, for my own sanity. And to be honest, it's because I had a miscarriage and I literally could not function in life. But I was still consistent because I knew the importance of it. So even though I couldn't function day to day, I set up my buffer. I took 1 hour a day, set up my buffer for the next day, and then was done. Put my phone down and focused on me. Right now, I am 8 months pregnant. I'm exhausted. My feet swell. I have a toddler I'm literally chasing around. I'm like dying over here. But I'm still consistent. I was super sick last week. I could have sat on the couch all day and just slept. And instead, it was kind of funny because I went to bed that night and I went to my Facebook and I went, God, what did I even post about today? Every single post, you guys, was about how I was sick. Every post. It was like I was taking the greens in the morning because I didn't feel good. And then I posted my office, me being on the couch with Parker watching a movie. Like, it was just, but it was still me being consistent and just working it into my life and sharing that with people. So my biggest thing is life happens. Life is going to happen. we're going to have tragic things happen that are literally just going to like, you're going to want to cry for 30 days straight and you're not going to know what to do with your life. Like shit like that happens. It's life. But if you want this business to work, in my mind, personally, you've got to stay consistent. Take time for yourself. Absolutely. Yes, you have to. You've got to take time for yourself or else you will go crazy. I take time for myself with my family. We have a baby moon coming up this coming weekend. So Friday we're going to Scottsdale and we're having like 2 days for ourselves. You can bet your butt that I'm going to have my buffer set up for those 2 days while we're there. And I'm still going to be sharing my life, and my adventure is worked into that. So stay consistent, realize that life happens, and figure out how to make it work for you.
I think, everybody, I don't know what level everybody that's on here is, but I think those that if you've been in it for anything over a few months, that we've all been in a position where we felt like we were in a slump, where we have felt discouraged or just in a not very worky type of mood. And I really find that connecting, with my personal team, connecting with uplines, connecting with sidelines, and being on Zooms, it keeps a little bit of fire in me when I just don't feel it. When my personal life is being rocked, it's just one of those things where these are people I see every week on the Zooms, and I'm hearing new ideas, and I feel like maybe I didn't post 4 times today, but I feel like the fact that I hopped on a Zoom and I heard, tips from Megan, from Kat, from Danielle, from whomever, it keeps me fired up. It keeps me excited. I learned something from it. I'm still staying plugged in because I feel like the second that, your personal life happens or you're feeling in a slump with your business, the first thing you do is kind of unplug from it all. And to me, the Zooms and staying plugged in with my team and, showing up on other people's Zooms, it's like a personal development for me. Like I do regular personal development, but that's how I feel when I get off these Zooms. I feel energized, that I'm still staying plugged into it. So, if that's something that you're going through, I would encourage you to be on every single power hour, every single Zoom that you can possibly get on, because I think slowly it'll start to pull you out. And I'll be honest, that a couple weeks ago, or for the last couple weeks, I've been going through a lot. And Megan actually had reached out, and I spent 2 hours FaceTiming with her last week, and it was the most emotional. It was something that got me kind of fired back up when I was just going through a lot personally. And I know a lot of people are like, well, I don't want to reach out, to Kat, or I don't want to reach out to Danielle. You think that they're going to judge you, but I swear they've been through every single bit of it. Every single thing that you feel, they've seen it, they've done it, and they've gotten through it. So never being afraid to just reach out and say, hey, I'm having a fit right now.
Well, and realize that Facebook is a highlight reel. People used to say to me oh my God, it must have been so easy for you to go diamond. I was like, why would they think that? Well, let's be honest here. Facebook's a highlight reel. They don't know any struggles I've been through. You know what I mean? So that's also what you need to consider when you sit back and you compare yourself to other people. You have no idea how hard, whether life or business or whatever it may be, because Facebook is a highlight reel. And I will say, to totally agree with what Tanya just said, I've always worked my business very consistently, always. When I went through that month and had that miscarriage, it was probably about the fifth of the month. So it was right at the beginning of the month. I literally took the entire month, you guys. I'm not proud to admit this, but I will say I did not work my business like I normally do, at all. I used buffer and that was it. I needed to get myself through that month. And you guys, I completed my steps to success that month without doing really anything but posting on Facebook. And the reason I was able to do that is because the months prior, I was consistent. So all these people that I've been working on and been following up with and they ended up coming to me, and I still was able to complete my steps to success in a month that I struggled so bad. So that just goes to show you, work your butt off, stay consistent. And you know what? If my mom or dad or whatever ended up in the hospital tomorrow, well, number one, this business allows me to get my butt home and be with them. But then I still get to work this business however I choose to. And I can take the time that I need to work or to be with my family and know that I've been consistent and it's going to kind of carry over type of thing.
Yep. Does anybody have any questions before we hop off? I don't want to keep everybody all night, but I'm hoping that we touched on everything. Does anyone have questions? We're good? Okay.
I'm going to do my Fat Fighter demonstration now. It's a little late, but I'm going to go do it because it's on my 6 list.
Thank you for hopping on.
Yeah, you're welcome. Bye, guys. Have a good night.
All right. So we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.